What if I told you that there was an indie game that combined the best parts of Slay the Spire, Minesweeper, and Steven Universe? Enter Let's Revolution, a turn-based puzzle roguelike that is exactly that, and I couldn't be more excited. I found out about Let's Revolution during this year's Summer Game Fest, and once I heard it was a Minesweeper roguelike, I wanted to try it immediately. I'm a massive fan of Minesweeper's deductive reasoning gameplay, and in retrospect, I'm shocked I haven't seen a game trying to iterate on its simple design. I downloaded the Let's Revolution demo on Steam, and spoiler alert, I absolutely loved it. Let me tell you why it's now one of my most anticipated games of 2023. In Let's Revolution, you start each run by selecting a class, similar to Slay the Spire. Each class has their own unique playstyle and abilities. I started out with a Trooper, a class focused on pushing through the levels head first. When you hop into a level, you'll see a board with a few tiles revealed. Like Minesweeper, the numbers on the tiles give you information. In this game, the number is how many adjacent tiles are road pieces. You see, as you reveal the board, you'll find a road that snakes around it. Enemies will only appear on the road, but it will also contain items, money, and shops. Your win condition is to find the king, who will be hiding at the end of the road. I really love this spin on the Minesweeper formula. In Minesweeper, every bomb tile is a threat, but in Let's Revolution, a road tile could have an enemy, but it could also have a useful item, or just be empty. So how are you supposed to deal with these mystery road tiles? That's where your character's unique abilities come in. For the Trooper, your main ability is Roundhouse, which reveals the 8 tiles surrounding you, and deals 1 damage to any enemies you hit. If the enemy only has 1 hit point, they die immediately. There are a few things more satisfying than throwing out a Roundhouse and getting a triple kill. Of course, you can't just Roundhouse whenever you want. It's restricted by a cooldown, as well as a resource called Energy that you use to perform your abilities. The Trooper replenishes their energy by revealing tiles, so you're really encouraged to overturn every tile on the board. You also have consumable items that you can buy in shops. It's always a good idea to have some arrows, so you can snipe faraway enemies with your bow. However, if your abilities are on cooldown, or you're out of items, you may just need to step on a road tile and hope for the best. If you reveal an enemy, you'll take a hit and they will now be able to attack you. I really like the enemy variety I saw in this demo. There is a good mix of attack types, behavior, and overall strength. Like this one that saps your energy, or this guy who drops another guard after you destroy him. The Trooper gets a bonus if all enemies are defeated, so I would always try to completely clear the board. However, as soon as you find the king, you can move on to the next level. You don't have to reveal every tile or destroy every enemy. And that's where the Shadow comes in. The Shadow is the other class available in the demo, and they play completely opposite to the Trooper. Instead of revealing the whole board, you instead want to keep as many tiles hidden as possible in order to gain extra money. You have less health than the Trooper, so instead of fighting an enemy, you can use your cartwheel to hide them again. The Shadow is all about finding the king and getting the heck out of there. Initially, the Shadow broke my brain. This is not how I play Minesweeper. I like having all the information I can and the satisfaction of a clear board. But, as I did my run with the Shadow, I really liked how different it was. See a scary enemy? Instead of using a bunch of resources to whittle down its 3 hit points, I just flip their tile over and forget about them. Also, since shops are always at the ends of side roads, I could usually deduce where they were and still get valuable items. I just really appreciate the devs putting in such different classes and playstyles, and I can't wait to see all 6 in the main game. As you complete levels and continue your run, your character will slowly get stronger and more capable. You can visit the gym to improve your abilities, the smith to pick up some new ones, or Chovy's shop to buy a useful item or health upgrade. I really loved how simple everything was. You aren't doing a bunch of number crunching or dealing with decision paralysis. Often you only have to select among 2 or 3 options, and then you're back in the game. If you make it through 9 levels, you'll then be treated with the final boss battle against the king. He is revealed immediately, and will continuously attack you if you don't interrupt him. Since you already know where the king is, you don't need to reveal the board. But, there are very powerful weapons hidden around, so there's still some risk-reward in exploring. After removing the king's 6 hit points, you have completed the run. You're rewarded with a special currency, which I assume will be used for permanent unlocks in the main game. In the demo, I was able to complete runs with both the Trooper and the Shadow, and had a great time. While the gameplay of Let's Revolution is fantastic, it was all the aesthetics that kept me fully engaged. I adore the hand-drawn art style, with colors and shapes reminiscent of one of my favorite shows, Steven Universe. I also think the character designs are incredible. The king is easily hateable, clearly a monarch that is in fact a whining baby. You have Gemma, the breezy and cool gym trainer, and my favorite, Chovy, who looks like they just walked out of Citizen Sleeper. I definitely hope we get to learn a bit more about these side characters in the main game. On top of the art, Let's Revolution has a great score that not only changes with each biome, but each level is a slight variation on the biome theme. Here's an example. Lastly, the feel of a tactical game like this can hinge directly on the UI and sound effects. And once again, Let's Revolution hits. Collecting coins, backstabbing an enemy, even just selecting upgrades, all feels incredibly satisfying. This game seems to be banging on all cylinders. That being said, I do have a couple concerns I'd like to bring up as I end this video. Firstly, in the 3 runs I played, I didn't die once. I'm not sure if I'm just really good at Minesweeper, or if the game is slightly imbalanced. However, I did see in their gameplay trailer that there will be multiple New Game Plus options for each class, so that helps alleviate my fears about the game not being difficult enough. The other concern I have is about build variety within each class. I did 2 runs with the Trooper, and both times my build ended up being essentially the same. However, looking at the abilities library, there appears to be a lot of ability options that aren't in this demo, so I'm hoping this concern will also be resolved when the game releases. All in all, I can't wait for this indie to come out on July 19th. It's always so funny to me when a game you've never heard of before pops onto your radar, and then it becomes one of your most anticipated games of the year. I hope this video helped you discover a new game, figure out if you're interested in it, or at least convince you to try out the demo. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.